Hey guys, it's the History Nerd. Well, we're back
Minimum speed ahead.
with another episode of Silent Hunter 5. Oh, what do we got to go over? Where we last left off. The war had started. And check that out. Yay, save game file editing. So, between that and then figuring out how to read the load console or something, I don't know. I haven't looked into it for this episode, so if the bar doesn't load, we'll just
Slow speed ahead.
stick with doing the old editing save game. But in the future, it looks like there's some kind of expansion, or not expansion. Wow, that would be amazing. Some kind of a little bonus to one of the mods that allows you to see what the game is loading when it loads. And a side effect of that is seeing whether the game is actually loading properly or not. But like I say, I don't have that quite set up yet. So if we need to, we'll just edit the save file. For today, anyway. Now, what is the plan for today? You may be asking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's to go break the fortress with a special objective of P. And,
New waypoint, course 56. New waypoint, course 54. New waypoint,
sorry,
course
concentrating
56.
on
New
drawing them
waypoint,
waypoints.
course
That should get us out.
52.
Let's make sure we're not hitting any unnecessary islands that might be kicking around there. That is, no, it's not at all where I want you to go. That's more like it. A little bit further out then, we can take that down and approach Scapa Flow.
New waypoint, course 320.
Going through the door, I always enjoy to go
Half
through.
speed ahead.
Half speed is a
Slow
bit quick
speed
for
ahead.
port.
Bearing 1, 2.
Well, maybe not. This is a video game
Half
after
speed
all.
ahead.
We've got 3 promotion points to spend, which is pretty good. Let's discard that. I want to see what we're doing first. So we could increase maximum speed, recharge rate, or sound coding. I think one thing I would like to do is do some diving drills, just to get that going a little bit quicker. And what else? Longer range, higher damage, reduces the chance of firing a dud. I think what we'll do is go with the loading drills. That is pretty helpful. And then, do we want some passive increases on scouting around, or maybe on radio or radar? No, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the upgrading of max speed. There we go. Now we should that should equal out to about maybe a knot. It takes a little while for that ability to pay off, but once it does pays off. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alright, well, anytime you want to take that turn to get us out of port, lovely. Make sure it doesn't look like we're going to be running into anything.
Smoke on the horizon. Bearing 3, 5, 2.
That merchant ship there is pretty close, but if we take a look in the real world, we're sitting fine. So, yeah, the plan, Scapa Flow, should be fun. And, you know, unlike the last time we hit Scapa Flow, we actually do have a mission for this. And, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So, I will see you guys when something exciting happens. See you in a bit. Alright, so, we're here, pretty much. We made our first contact with one of the escort ships. And looks like it's going away from us. It's coming up to night, so I mean the sun's just going down.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Which is good news. Yeah, we're in shallow water, but I think we'll be okay. Since, I mean, you know, we don't really have to worry about any of the plants or rocks that are under there. Just the bottom. And there she be, the Endurance.
Minimum speed ahead.
Safely under.
10 meters. Shut down diesel engines.
And now it's just going to be a matter of avoiding all these patrols. Going nice and slow. Shouldn't cause too much of a problem. This guy, if he is heading back up in here, will likely park, and then he'll be an easy shot. So that's good. Let's just see. Oh, I mean, you know, 2 kilometers, less than 2 kilometers. It's tough to not just, you know, line this up to take a look.
Tracking new target.
I don't think we'd be able to get a lock or a lineup on this. And what I would rather do with the rear-facing tube anyway is just make sure we're nicely protected. Now, this could prove to be an issue right here. We do appear to have taken some interest.
Closing tube 5.
So let's see if we can get rid of some interest, shall we? Make sure that's nice and up on the surface.
Set to 1 meters. Firing to 1.
And then we'll fire that off. With it being night, you know, good things could happen here. Why am I having such a hard time trying to find this torpedo? It's not electric. There it is. And that's looking pretty good.
Torpedo impact.
That sound is telling me that was a pretty good shot. Let's see, are those propellers still a-spinning? They are, but I would imagine they're going to start slowing down. It could just be me. Regardless, I think we're okay to start moving forward a little bit. Yeah, he can probably hear us. Maybe just stop. Depth charges tossing the ship around a little bit. But our hull is doing just fine.
Minimum speed ahead.
I'm sure we're past the worst of it. And pretty soon this guy should be, you know, showing signs of the damage that he suffered. And we'll see if the Royal Navy has destroyer designers as good as the Polish Navy. We all know Polish Navy destroyers are quite literally unsinkable. At least in this time frame.
1 ready.
Alright. We're gonna
I'll stop.
cut our engines again. I have to say, this so far
Target marked.
has been a far more difficult
2 1 loose.
trip into Scapa Flow than any other. These Royal Navy destroyers, they are defending this port today. Bad news for them is that Klaus Daimler and the crew of the Endurance seem to be on their game. It's another devastating shot. Looks like we took down an anti-aircraft turret. It's a shame anti-aircraft turrets aren't that dangerous to us. But hey, Luftwaffe, you owe us one. Goering, I'm expecting a special medal in the mail. Let's go back and check. This guy is not dead yet. That doesn't mean anything. The spotlight is still going. The ship is still advancing. So, you know, I'm not holding out too much hope. Well, let's go ahead and
Minimum speed ahead.
kick up some speed again. Although, well, these guys are definitely away, moving away, not being any threats.
We are in shallow waters,
2,
Captain.
1. Ready.
I would just be tickled pink if these destroyers actually sank. Because I'm starting to think that they can't be sunk. Which would be new to me. I've never come across ships that are unsinkable. Oh, please just go under. Just go under. Yay! Destroyers are not unsinkable. That is one of the happiest things I've seen in a long time. So you should be destined for the bottom as well, then. Right? Yeah, I'm sure you are. And so, let's take a look at our kill log, then. Nothing. So, I mean, like, not only have they sunk, one of them's officially sunk. It didn't count for anything. The game didn't even recognize it. Makes me worried for sinking ships. Like sinking ships in the port, that is. Or sinking ships in general. So that is destroyer number 2 down, right? Let's make sure the ground is eaten to him. And it has. Let's just see. Yeah, at this stage, maybe we can head up to the surface.
Surface the boat.
It does seem pretty
Slow speed
dangerous,
ahead.
but it is night. So, you know, that's fine. No new promotion points. That wasn't what I was looking for. But yeah, this is... I can't even click on these things? Can I click on torpedo in the water? Or torpedo impact? No. Alright, well, let's continue on, and I will be back when we get in the port. See you guys in a bit. Alright, guys. So we are coming into the mouth of the harbor. And I think it's time to go under and start looking to see just what Scapa Flow has to offer. Some of you will be happy to know that upon my entry into Scapa Flow, the old freighters and submarine nets are in place, defenses are up and running, so that's good news for them, and hopefully any ships we sink here not only will be counted towards the mission that we're on, but in my head, more critically, will just be counted as being sunk. Because, let's face it, I'm fine with bars not filling up.
We
I
are
am
in
not
shallow waters,
fine
Captain.
with ships not even like registering as being sunk. Ships that we hit. That's what bugs me. If these didn't show up, if it wasn't like, no, there's no torpedo impact, then fine. Fine. Torpedo impact and no bar? Fine. Provided it actually counts for something. Because, I mean, I won't even get renown on those 2 destroyers. That's the thing. As far as the game is considered, I haven't done a thing. I've hit things with 2 torpedoes. But that doesn't matter. Alright, well, we've got nothing here yet. And it's just going to be sailing around trying to find something. It's going to be pretty boring. I will save you guys from that. And come back when we got something to shoot at. See you in a bit. Alright, so Dieter, our good friend, keeps telling me that he's spotted a capital ship bearing 80. Now, I can't see a thing, but if Dieter sees something, then there's most likely something.
Course 85. Return
Let's
minimum speed
kick
ahead.
up.
Capital ship sighted.
Bearing 80. Okay,
80.
so we should be coming into range straight ahead of us now. That is definitely not a capital ship. That looks like a destroyer. Oh. That's definitely a capital ship. Actually, no. Let's leave that up. Chances of us getting spotted out here, let's be honest, pretty low.
Sighted. Bearing 356.
356. Okay, well, let's take a look. What do we got? You're not going to tell me. Okay, well, that's fine. Some people consider using that as cheating anyway, so let's do this, quote-unquote, realistically. Now. How far out is he? We're not going to find out that way either. So let's take the ruler and find out that he is 2.5 kilometers away. We're going to want these
Depth set to 3 meters.
to be a little deeper than normal. We're zoomed in as far as we can go. So, first torpedo, we will stick sort of behind.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Try and hit the engines,
Force inside. Bearing
etc.
357.
Yeah, all these escort ships, we could have a field day with them. But I think hitting British capital ships is going to be more important. Morale-wise, anyway. Sure, it'll be great to find out we sunk 4 destroyers. But imagine 2, whatever these things are. So, first torpedo, we'll put there. We'll get second torpedo set ready to go as well.
Torpedo depth set to 3 meters. Closing tube 2.
Put that up, and we'll put 3 torpedoes into this guy. We'll only launch 2. We'll have the third ready, just in case. So we'll send
Firing tube 1.
tube 1 there, and then tube 2 right below the smokestack. So let's drop down our periscope, and it looks like we got another ship back there. Whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So we should, these are not electric torpedoes, they should be leaving a wake. Unless I set them too deep. I don't think 3 meters. Nope, not at all. And I don't know if that's the first or the second. I think that's the second, judging from where it's going. Could be wrong, though. Could be, yes, there we go. So that's the first torpedo there. Let's get ourselves into a position. Nice and close. Let's get rid of that.
Torpedo impact. Torpedo impact.
Scope out the damage, shall we? There is no damage. The ship is obviously on fire, which is good. But, no underwater damage is, you know, it's not
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
that unique
Tube 1. Ready.
that I'm entirely worried.
Minimum speed ahead.
But I'm a little bit worried. They definitely did record his impacts, so that's good. And that ship is definitely on fire,
5.
so that's good. Now we've got another one behind, so let's just get a bit closer, shall we? And in fact, while the endurance inches up,
Task force sighted. Bearing 5-5.
I'm not too concerned about a task force. Let's observe this guy and hope he sinks.
We have a task force inside. Bearing 9-9.
Although these things do tend to take their sweet time. At least she's got a list.
Tube 2. Ready.
But I don't know if that's going to be enough. We might need to use tube 3 here.
Closing tube 2.
Just to finish her off. And we'll put it just a little bit higher.
Torpedo depth
Maybe
set to 3 meters.
like that.
Torpedo depth set to 2 meters. Firing tube 3.
Then we'll get these two set
Torpedo depth
a
set
little
to
bit lower,
3 meters.
a little
Closing
bit
tube
lower.
1. Torpedo depth set to 3 meters.
And then hopefully we'll be able to take care of 2 capital ships here. I'm not sure of the class. I'd like the game to tell me when it sinks is really where I'm at with that. So hopefully it will. And get nice and close.
Torpedo impact.
Well, that's at least, you know, a lot of fire we've got going on that ship. And fire is generally a bad thing to have happen on a ship. So, that's good. Hopefully it sinks.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
I don't know. I don't know. It's not even that severe of a list yet. Although the torpedo bulge is starting to stick out a little bit.
Tube 3. Ready.
Just go under. That's all I want you to do. Is to just go under. Okay, well, we're going to need to get ourselves positioned on
New waypoint.
the next
Course
capital ship.
9.
So let's go ahead and do that. And torpedo-wise, things could be looking better. And it might make more sense to concentrate fire on one of these ships.
Task force sighted. Bearing 1-2-9.
So actually, what I might do, once we get far enough ahead here, spin this back around. Let's check on the progress of this ship. And it doesn't really look like she's taken on much more water. So, we will get our rear-facing tube set. We will... Where do we want to plug this? Now, this side of the ship is obviously going to be higher than this side of the ship. What with the list and all. So I think we'd still want it
sighted. Airing 310.
about
Torpedo depth
there.
set to 3 meters. Target marked.
And about, I don't know, maybe there?
Firing tube 5.
It's an electric torpedo, so I'm not going to see it from up here. But we should have a pretty good view. Once the torpedo comes in.
Torpedo impact.
All right. I think it's safe to say that was the killing blow.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
And she should be racing for the bottom now. We didn't even punch a hole in it, but you can see we did knock all the propellers off. And the lifeboats, and everything else. So that's good.
Stop. We're reaching course end.
And it counted! Oh, glorious days! The game recognized me sinking a Royal Sovereign battleship. And completed that mission. Oh, this is feeling good. So in that case,
Target marked.
this ship has become gravy. So we are actually
Closing
going
tube
to be
1.
able
Closing tube 2.
to
Torpedo
make
depth
up
set to 3 meters. Closing tube 3.
some renown
Torpedo
here.
depth set to 3
Provided this thing
meters.
counts as
Closing tube
sinking as
1.
well. Now let's see. We do have one torpedo in reserve, and I'm not going to fire all 4. Not right away anyway. We know we're going to need one in the back,
2, 1, los.
and I'm going to want to put one right between those two smokestacks. And we're nice and close. Get closer, right? That's advice that I'm trying to use today, that's for sure.
Torpedo impact.
It looks like that second torpedo was superfluous as well. Maybe I should just start firing one torpedo at a time? I'm not sure.
Torpedo impact.
But at least we know for sure this sucker's dead. So we did a little bit of damage back here on the propeller shafts. Looks like the rudder's jammed. Doesn't really matter when all your propellers fall off. But that's another one that should be ours. Maybe. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll get tube 3 ready. Although really, at this
2,
stage,
1, ready.
there's no harm in firing off
Firing tube 3.
one more torpedo.
Torpedo impact.
She's got a list.
New contact. Warship moving fast. Closing. Bearing 238. Long range.
Long range, though, so that should be fine. I'm going to say that ship is sunk. Let's...
New waypoint. Course 173. Returning to course.
Half
Let's
speed
see.
ahead.
Whoa! Freaking hell.
New waypoint.
I
Course
wish
179.
there was a way for
New
me
waypoint. Course 132.
to
New
set
contact.
that.
Merchant moving fast. Closing.
All right.
Bearing 134. Long range.
These guys are definitely taking interest. But I don't know why they'd be coming this way. These don't look like combat ships. These look like freighters. I don't think these guys have much in the way of anti-submarine capabilities. I'm a bit confused. And they are coming right for me. So, what concerns me is the lessons learned on the Prometheus. And that is, big ships tend to be able to
All stop. We're approaching our final
sink
waypoint.
you.
Ship sighted. Bearing 59.
If they run over you. So,
New waypoint. Course
let's
50.
see
Returning
Minimum
to
speed
course.
ahead.
if we can get fancy here. Split the
Escort
difference.
sighted. Bearing 260.
New waypoint.
Hey!
Course 293.
57.5. Look at that. We got a renowned class battle cruiser as well.
4.
Suck on that, Royal Navy. So those guys, I mean, which would be pretty handy to sink.
We are in shallow waters, Captain. New waypoint.
There's no
Course
question about it, but I
300.
think
Escort sighted.
our time in Scapa Flow is
Bearing
done.
275.
We will keep our 2 torpedoes just in case
Ship
we need to
sighted.
use them.
Bearing 26.
And really, with 54,000 tons of Royal Navy military equipment sunk, I don't think we need to worry about picking off any destroyers or anything of that
Escort
nature.
sighted. Bearing 246.
So let's just quietly leave the area. And once we round into this safety,
Escort sighted. Bearing 212.
or the safety of, you know, hopefully not being spotted, we could still be spotted by those destroyers. So we will push it just a little bit further. Get into this safety region and get back on the surface. Well, that was pretty successful. I think what we're gonna do is head on down to Helgoland and resupply, because we need some more weapons. That's for sure. I'll see you guys when we get there, or if anything exciting happens along the way. See you in a bit. Well, despite getting the mission actually completed, and the bar to fill up, and the little iron cross to signify that yes, indeed, we have completed the mission, it's not a perfect run today. Those destroyers we sunk never even existed, and now we're back to the wonderful little bug where when you return to a port, you can't do anything until you save and reload. So, on that note, we are going to save the game as Season 3. Save. And we're going to end the episode here for today. So, off to a good start, if you ask me. 64,000 tons, and it's September 18th. That's not bad at all. Of course, when you sink 2 massive capital ships, it certainly does help things. But yeah, that's that for that. I'm feeling a little bit better about the way this game is going, mainly because it half works. Today, at this time, right now, we got a mission completed, and that's feeling pretty good. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.